And today, guys, we have the Bedrock Beta 1.13.0.9. It's got Suspicious Stew, and guess what, guys? Item frames on the ceiling and floor. Hey there, guys, Skippy here from Skippy 6 Gaming. Guys, coming to you with a Bedrock beta. Guys, this was a stealth beta. I feel like all of the Bedrock devs are traveling, flying, or doing something, but something caused them not to actually talk about this at all. No one tweeted about it for 4 hours, and then I realized that I went out and I was like, what the heck is this? Bang, we got it now. Guys, 584 likes. If you are one of those dudes, don't forget to hit me up below, guys. Twitter, always follow me on the Twitter. This is where I retweet all of the stuff like this when I find out, as soon as I find out. And yeah, so do that. That's where you find that. And we're just going to give you a quick sneak peek, guys. Basically, what we're going to do here is I always read the entire changelog. If you're not all about reading the changelog, just, skip to the end of the video where we go over all of the cool items like the light block, which is a new addition, and whatnot. But most people kind of use this like a podcast. They just want to listen to every change in the changelog, and they do it that way. So let's do this, guys. Basically, the long story short of this one here is wither roses. Wither roses are involved now. There are brown mushrooms. Brown mushrooms are a thing. However, they need to have a regular mushroom be hit by lightning. So don't worry, I got myself a trident and everything. So we're going to do that one. And the big thing right here, guys, is this guy right here. The item frames on the ceiling and roof. People have been waiting for this guy a lot. And yeah, so let's do it. We're going to jump into the changelog. Like I said, if you want to go to the changelog yourself, there is a link in the description below. If you want to, if you want to join the beta and you don't know how, there's a video in the description below that will teach you how as well. So let's do it. We're going to go right here. 8 pages, guys. Get ready. I'm going to read fast. If you like it, that's up to you. Let's keep doing this. New features. Added the wither rose. So first things first, guys, don't open your fancy worlds that you really love in the beta, because then if you do that, you won't be able to open them again until 1.13 comes out. So added the wither rose, added suspicious stew. So I'm a little bit disagreeing with the suspicious stew. I literally tried to make it. I literally tried to search into the files and see if I could hand it to myself. I couldn't. So if it's in there, it's a trick. It's tricky, too tricky for me. Item frames can now be placed on the floor and ceiling. Added the brown mushroom forged by lightning bolts. So a red mushroom gets hit by lightning, it's gonna make a brown mushroom. So added abandoned villages. I can only imagine this is villages that are abandoned. Added the light block for map makers. This supports auxiliary data from 0 to 15 for light level. The invisible Edrod variant 6 is now auto upgraded to the new light block. Light blocks are supported via give, fill, and set block. So basically, it's a block a mapmaker can just make set however much light it wants and not show. Added successful villager raid celebrations. Added game credits. These can be viewed by defeating the Ender Dragon, and now you can actually just look at them by hitting a button in the settings. New no block sounds. Not too spicy, but basically, yeah, bunch of new no block sounds. If you put those blocks listed there underneath no blocks, they're gonna make some weirdo noises. So changes. Squids can now spawn in rivers. Added dead coral plants. Updated and added new no block sounds. Villagers are now 1.8 blocks tall. This is different and is going to change some of their traveling in water elevators. Villagers can now heal if they have bread in their inventory. That's really nice. Added a how to play section for structure blocks. This is going to be interesting. For map makers and add-on creators, new data-driven items. Turtle lighting interactions are now data-driven. Pufferfish puffed states are now data-driven. Brewing stand potions recipes are now data-driven. Changed breathable, ride tick, and transformation systems to use viewed entity context. Added pre-compiled header for targeting scripting API. Wow, that was a really intense sentence. Significantly increase maximum spawn radius distance. So I haven't messed with that. I'm not sure that we're going to actually get right into that one. So let's keep going. We're going to go to this guy right here, fixes. So fix several crashes that could occur during gameplay. That one's always on the top of the list. The game no longer appears frozen after starting a world. Improved world loading times. Fixed a crash from mismatched components. Definitions from legacy actor updating. Fixed a crash that could occur when trying to brew certain potions. Optimized terrain light calculation. Fixed a crash that could occur on low and mid-end Android devices. Fixed crash from mixing component definition. Fixed a crash that could sometimes occur after a guest tries to join a game through an invite. The game no longer crashes when a split screen player picks up log blocks. That would be horrible. Everybody picks up logs all day long. Fix crashing issue that affected certain worlds when approaching spawn. Fix a crash that could occur after changing the file storage location. Running commands from a minecart with command block no longer crashes the game. Fix a crash that could sometimes occur when trying to double tap on an item in the beacon UI. Optimize FPS during gameplay on Xbox One. Fix a crash that could occur when dispensing bone meal onto a 1-hive flower. Optimize the time taken to load mobs into a world. Fix a crash that was sometimes occurring on Android and iOS devices with lower memory. So let's keep this train going, General. We are being attacked, and I've got a bad feeling about this. Achievements can now be unlocked. Powered rails placed using /fill should now work correctly when powered by redstone. Fix the download loop after purchasing certain content packs. Using set block on a piston base no longer weaves invisible piston arm. When you delete a global resource pack, it will now remove itself from the active stack. The info at the top of the global resource pack screen will now correctly fit when using various language settings. Tweaked the host and player options section in the how to play guide. Cloned active mob spawners now have an animated mob when placed. Fix some instances of skin selections not saving, reverting to Steve or Alex. Fix the multiplayer restricted skin error message that pops up when trying to join a world before the skin is loaded in. Fixed an issue that was causing many small empty villages to be created when trying to expand an existing village. Fixed an infinite loading screen when opening the skin picker. Fixed a missing armor layer for Tiny Footprints Marketplace pack. Updated the how to play section about taming cats. So 4 more. Fire aspect swords. Fire aspect swords no longer set creative players on fire. That would be bad. Players can now teleport on top of non or full transparent blocks when eating a chorus fruit. Enderman holding red sand no longer drop regular sand when killed. Fix an issue that prevented the player from moving when sneaking on top of shulker boxes or boats. Killing cod, salmon, tropical fish, and puffer now drops XP. Boat paddling animations now matches Java and resynchronizes when paddling stops. Lightning now strikes less frequently. There was so much lightning. I don't care. That's so good. You don't even realize. I was walking around in the rain the other day. I was like, I thought I was going to die. It was like lightning to the left, to the right, it was everywhere. So that's good. The LT controller button can now be used quickly to equip or replace armor. Players now able to use items like fishing rods while aiming at nearby mobs. Lightning from channeling trident now affects more than a single mob in a small area. The player no longer keeps on rowing when opening the inventory UI during boat rides. I thought that was intentional. That makes your boat rides a lot more fun, but yeah, that's not good. So I like that. Put that back, guys. Come on. Arrows now destroy armor stands properly. Flowers no longer become invisible in flower pots. Sneaking on redstone ore no longer triggers glow. Breaking, so basically you can't glow if you sneak on. That's pretty cool. Breaking an extended piston in creative no longer drops an item. Drinking sound for milk and potions now plays correctly. Mobs now drop armor and tools correctly. Netherwart now has a chance to drop more items when broken with fortune tools. Animal breeding. Cooldown no longer resets after resetting the world. Explosions other than TNT now deal damage in water. Parrots can now be picked in creative using pick block. Dispensers now place boats correctly. Anvils now take damage after use. Mob can now enter boats and minecarts correctly. Buttons are now craftable from the recipe book. Fixed player swimming state. When exiting water. So we're still going here. We're keep going. Water being dispensed from a dispenser no longer breaks end portals and gateways. That was a thing. So yeah, that's not good. We'll see about that. I'm gonna have to double check that one out. The beacon block can now suffocate players and mobs when it's like other opaque blocks when being clipped into when using a minecart, for example. The player respawn location now favors shallow water rather than deep water. Multiple ender dragons no longer spawn in the end if a player dies or moves away. Hoppers now pick up items from above correctly. The renewable energy achievement will now unlock correctly. Pillagers now spawn around pillager outposts more frequently. Players' movement speed is no longer slowed down after stepping onto a shulker box from certain blocks. The Where Have You Been achievement now unlocks correctly on Android. Placing and breaking blocks from within a boat now works correctly. Mobs no longer drop fully repaired items. I feel like that was on the last changelog, man. I really literally remember doing it here, where I thought that the wolf, or I said it was a dog and it was a wolf and it was gonna take the item. Remember, guys? You remember this? Yeah. So end gateway portals no longer generate on the main obsidian platform in the end. The locator map marker now points in the correct direction when riding a boat. Falling snow layers no longer breaks blocks in redstone contraptions. Players now receive stored XP from furnaces correctly. Maps are now drawn more quickly when exploring, meaning the map room achievement now locks more consistently unlocked. Entity hit, this is for mobs. Entity hit and collision boxes no longer exist during mob death animations. Wither skeletons are no longer affected by the wither effect. Foxes now sleep and find cover during thunderstorms. Mobs and entities are no longer slowed when walking on one block above ice. Baby zombies are now able to ride zombie pigmen. The wither no longer runs away from the player after being spawned. That sucks. Oh my god. Fixed. It's gone in your world somewhere. You don't even know where it is. Fixed the held sword position for Vex mobs. The phantom wing flapping animation is faster now. Endermen are correctly affected by invisibility when applied. Parrots can now fly over fences and walls. What, they were just going to sit there on the ground? Come on. Drowned on land now attack based on brightness level rather than time of day. Mobs standing on slabs no longer immune to sunlight damage after reloading the world. Witches no longer spawn in 1.8 high gaps. Cured zombie villagers now keep their trade level. Zombies no longer become stuck indoors when pathfinding. The parrot dancing animation is the correct speed now. I think it was really fast before. Jockeys no longer get stuck trying to move unreachable items. So let's keep going. Our mounts. Blocks. Barrier blocks can no longer stop grass growth. Farmland blocks now prevent grass growing underneath. Items. Turtle egg items now have the same 2D icon as Java. Leaves collected with Silk Touch now stack correctly. Trapdoor items now have the correct inventory icon textures. Six-sided woodblock variants can now be smelted or used as furnace fuel. Grass path block is no longer missing from creative inventory. Items dropped from breaking blocks underwater now show bubbles. Damaged elytra now have their own texture. That's good. Fixed an issue that prevented certain items from not being suggested in the recipe book correctly. Fixed items cooked on the campfire now stacked together correctly. Graphical. The paper doll model now properly reloads animations when the app suspends and resumes. The player model is now visible again while sleeping in a bed. We're doing pretty good. 12 minutes, man, for like 9 pages. I think we're doing super hype. Improved texture on the stone cutter with non-fancy graphics. Fix the shield block animation in third-person view. Iron bars no longer lose some of their texture when surrounded by other iron bars. Fix a smooth player sneaking animation. The screen now fades to black when sleeping in a bed. Leads rendered in the structure block UI will no longer stretch really far away. Added the correct hue to Ender Dragon's death animation. User interface fixed incorrect tooltip text showing for various potions. Keyboard inputs now work correctly when the game loads out of focus window. Fixed HUD positioning after sleeping on VR immersive modes. Fixed the open chat message for touchscreen devices. Flight controls no longer show when sleeping in a bed in creative. And last but not least, these are commands and stuff, guys. Pistons with data values of 6 or 7 can no longer be placed using /commands. Using the /clear at P item now clears correctly. Auxiliary values. Players can no longer use the /spawn point command in the nether dimension. Using the /replace item command now works correctly with barrels. The /clear command now works correctly with damageable items. Running the /clear command message now shows correct amount of items removed. Carpet is now removed correctly when using the /clear command, and this is for add-ons and script engines. Fixed the death override event firing twice when leaving a world from the death screen. Fixed the Minecraft scale component failing to scale certain actor models. Running the tick world component now removes ticking area correctly and consistently. Fixed double damage events being sent when mobs are hurt by non-magic. Behavior pack animations now run correctly when set. Timer components now work on projectiles. Minecraft spell effects no longer trigger a second time incorrectly. Fixed player entity components that were not getting added. Added stone slab aliases to allow backward compatibility on marketplace maps. So, woo, guys, 14 minutes. That's not bad. That's one of the longest changelogs we've done in a while. Guys, I feel like I feel like that's a little taster of what's actually 1.14. I feel like they're holding off a little bit because of some of this PS4 stuff. I really do, and I feel like that was because it's so weird. Why is all that stuff on 1.13.0.9? That was weird. The last update they did had 4 things on it all of a sudden. So 1.13.0.6 has 5 items, and then 0.9 has like 8 pages. I feel like that is actually the first step of 1.4 beta. I really do. And they just put it on the 1.13. I really do. Just call me crazy, guys. I've been doing these beta videos for a long time. So let's start talking about the big thing. This is going to be the big one. Upstairs, downstairs. This is what people really be liking. They want the on the wall, on the ceiling, on the floor, the item frames. This is the big deal. I think everybody likes it. This really adds to the different craftability that you can do. You can make a bunch of cool things. It really does help all the stuff you can do. This guy's not gonna like it, but I'm trying to trap a MOOSHROOM in here so we can hit him with lightning. There's gonna be another thing. We're gonna try to turn that guy brown in a second. So light blocks, guys, this is gonna be mostly for map makers. This is it, the light block here. It doesn't allow me to place it, so I feel like you're gonna have to use the light block when you're a map maker, and basically you're gonna be able to set the light level between 1 and 15. So yeah, when you're a map maker, you're just gonna put this bad boy down, and then you're gonna say, hey, I want this to be light level 6 or light level 7. This is what it looks like in an item frame. That's a thing. Yeah, let's do it. There you go. Wither rose, guys. So like I said, man, I tried to figure out this suspicious stew. So long story short, guys, suspicious stew is basically, in my experience, you make it with a bowl, a mushroom, and a flower, and depending on what type of flower you use is what type of effect it has. So this would technically make a suspicious stew. I feel like maybe I'm just making it in the wrong shape or something. Long story short, that's mainly what the wither rose is for. Any flour mixed with it's going to be a suspicious stew. You're going to eat it, so it's going to give you food, and then it's going to give you an actual effect too. So whether it's regeneration or healing or whatever the heck it is going to come with the stew. I just, for whatever reason, guys, I can't make it happen. I'm telling you, I sat here with this guy and I tried to make it happen. I couldn't make it happen. I even did like slash give Skippy, you know, slash give at self sus, you know. See, as soon as I go to this sus, it doesn't do it. So let's see if I can put stew. Yeah, see, no suspicious stew in there. So I feel like there's something going on that you actually can't do that. So that's okay. Let's leave that for now. Let's do a slash weather thunder. So let's do this, because then we're going to try to turn this. There we go. So in the thunder is a, who do you think you are? There you go. So let's do this. Let's try to turn this guy. I hope it doesn't kill him. I think I have channeling on this guy. Why isn't it? So it turned brown. You guys can see it did. I have to. Oh, I can't use the baby. There we go. So you can see it turned to a brown MOOSHROOM right here. MOOSHROOM, it's just different. I think they're gonna do something with that. That's an easy way enough to look at that one. Brown MOOSHROOM. Let's do a slash weather. Weather set clear. Look, it's gonna do that, you know, slash weather. I'm getting better with these commands. I have to say, guys, you guys know I was OG PS4 where commands weren't a thing and you're not really doing it, but now I'm getting so much better at using them, especially when I do big tutorials. I can do like the slash clear slash paste. You can see this guy here. I wonder if I take this bowl, what does he give you? I have a bowl here somewhere. There we go. Let's take this bowl. So what does a brown MOOSHROOM give you when you try to milk them? Nothing. Let's see. Do you get mushroom stew when you milk this guy? So I feel like you have to be in creative or in survival mode. Slash settings. Let's go test it out. We're good. We're under 20 minutes, man. So, I mean, hey. Look, it's like frozen. Doesn't want to do it. Okay, so let's eat it now. Oh no, I ruined it. Hopefully there'll be a bowl right in here. I think there's gonna be, what is, oh, the wither roses. Yeah, don't worry guys, wither roses are bad for you. Okay, so here, I just want to see if we can, what we get if we don't touch the wither roses. Those are gonna hurt you. Let's see what this guy. I think he might just give you regular stew. So yeah, see, he just gives you regular mushroom stew. So they're gonna still mess with that guy. That's okay. They're still working on it. Let's do this. And yeah, so we pretty much got most of the stuff done. Mooshrooms, item frames on the floor, wither rose. Like I said, guys, don't touch it because it gives you damage. And yeah, so we got most of the stuff. Abandoned villages are another thing. And there you go, guys. Don't forget to smash that like before you go. Don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel for yeah, cool tutorials, let's plays, and stuff. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.